Hi everyone and welcome at my very first video, and today I would like to share things that you can expect when you are leaving a verbally, mentally, physically abusive relationship or marriage, and things that you are maybe at the verge of leaving such a relationship and you are wondering what is going to happen to you, what is the things that you can expect. And this is just from my own experience. There might be other things that you are experiencing or will be experiencing, but this is my personal take on it. So let's start. First thing that you can expect when you do decide to leave that specific relationship is more energy. You won't believe how much energy is drained from your body if you are protecting your mind, your emotions, yourself, maybe your children, all the time. You're taking so much energy to protect just basically your soul and your living being, and all of that energy can now be directed towards your growth and also propelling yourself forward, getting out of the situation. That is one thing that I actually didn't expect, and also one of the things that in my mind I thought I never would have, to be able to actually get out. And once you're out on the other side and you realize, oh my gosh, you know, you realize the impact that person had on you and how much that drained you. It's just so much easier then actually to get, you can use that energy to get your mind together to get out and to get further out. What I mean is you get your mind together to actually do the things you need to do, because it is going to be difficult. Um, you're going to experience a feeling of freedom of thinking. You're going to experience, maybe for the first time in a long time, having your thoughts for yourself and not having to protect them, having your emotions for yourself and not having to protect them, and just feeling so much freer in yourself as a human being. And in that freedom, hopefully you can find some rest and growth, and it's really rewarding, and it's really worth just taking your soul back from such an abusive situation. You will be experiencing a lot of healing. With the healing, you will also be experiencing obviously tears, crying, some pain, but it's gonna be a lot of healing, propelling yourself forward. It's gonna be intense at times, and also expect that. And I will suggest having, if you can find one or two people that you can trust with yourself in those vulnerable moments where you might be very rational, crying about things. If you can have such a person, that is wonderful. Also, you can go to God, you can go to Jesus. They're all, God is always there, and the Holy Spirit is also always there, and you are not alone. That's the other thing I can tell you, that you are not alone, and there is always someone with you. You are there. But yes, it's easier if you can go through this healing process with someone. But healing, you will heal. And so personally, I had someone that I saw once a week. Sometimes we would just talk, sometimes I would cry a lot and be angry and go through all sorts of emotions, and that really helped me for that anchor. And there was also some people that I could phone if things really got out of hand. And then you will also be experiencing two things. The one is unexpected support, and the other thing would be unexpected judgment. So unexpected support, for myself, if you're in such a situation, you feel very ashamed of yourself and you start hiding more, and you actually think that people are going to judge you when you get out. And it was quite a contrary for some people that I've found that at my work I told one or two of the women there that they would know that I was gonna be experiencing certain things and a lot of change in my life, and there was immense support immediately. And then also ladies that would say, understand, I went through the same thing. and suddenly you see this other part of people that you thought you knew for a long time, and you realize that there's a deeper side to them as well, and that people are going to support you from places that you wouldn't even have thought you will get support. Okay, so that's the one thing that I will say, is that people are more supportive than you think and that you have been made to believe. The other thing is that you are going to experience judgment that's going to hurt you. And I just want to say from the start, just give these people a chance, especially close friends and family. Because your abuser, if you've been in a verbally abusive relationship, one of the main characteristics is that it happens in privacy. Um, so this person will have a public persona, and this would probably be one of the things that you will be afraid of. And they have maybe won over a lot of friends and family, which would never believe things that they do or have done in privacy towards you and towards maybe your children. And for these people, it's going to be a journey to believe you and to believe your side, but just give them some time. Um, and not, it sounds crazy, but try and not take that initial surprise. So personally, get your stuff together, get your data together if you can, but just go on with your growth process and start leaning on people that are supporting you. Those people will come around eventually, maybe or maybe not, but you can't let that stand in your way. You need to live in the truth that you know, okay, and start trusting yourself there. Okay, the other thing that you can be expecting is reconnecting with bonds that broke because of your relationship. This person, your abuser, would have probably tried and get between you and some healthy people in your life, some friends that you might have had before your marriage or your relationship, maybe your father, mother, close other relationships that they would have started breaking down those relationships, started telling you bad things about that people, started getting angry when if you wanted to spend time with them, started saying bad things about them, and you would slowly have maybe moved away from certain very supportive and healthy people in your life. Try and think of, if you can remember, if there were people like that in your life, and start reconnecting with those individuals, and you will realize maybe that you have formed a type of a funny idea about them because of this abusive person in your life. And these people can be great anchors for you. Yeah, so you will be experiencing more in relationships, you will be experiencing more support, you will be experiencing healing, freedom, and more energy. Another thing that you will be experiencing is a lot of growth, as we would say, healing, and an emotional journey, from your emotional journey. And I would like to cover that in a separate blog, because there's some specific emotional things that you're gonna have to expect if you're gonna step out day 1, day 2, week 1, week 3. There's gonna be things that you're gonna need support on, and I would like to cover that in a separate blog. Thank you so much for listening to this, my very first video. Please comment, please subscribe, and I will be blogging my next story, or my next sharing that I'm going to do on the emotional journey of getting out of an abusive marriage just after this one. Thank you so much.